What happens when a religion born in the deserts of Arabia finds its way to the sun-soaked beaches of the Caribbean? How does Islam, a faith often associated with the Middle East, take root in a country known for its vibrant culture, colonial history, and deep Catholic traditions? This is the story of Islam in the Dominican Republic, a tale of migration, faith, and transformation that unfolds quietly but powerfully. It's a story of how a small community of believers grew into a vibrant force, reshaping the spiritual landscape of a nation. So let's dive into this journey, exploring how Islam arrived, survived, and thrives in the heart of the Caribbean. Picture this. The year is 1920. The Dominican Republic, a nation known for its lush landscapes, rhythmic merengue music, and rich colonial history, is undergoing a quiet transformation. Amidst the bustling streets of Santo Domingo and the serene beaches of Punta Cana, a new faith is beginning to take root. It's not through conquest or colonization, but through the arrival of immigrants from distant lands, Lebanon, Syria, and Palestine, who bring with them their faith, culture, and traditions. These early Muslim settlers were few in number, but their presence marked the beginning of a story that would unfold over the next century. They built small mosques, practiced their faith in private, and slowly introduced Islam to their new home. But this isn't just a story of immigration. It's a story of how a faith, carried across oceans and generations, found a home in the hearts of the Dominican people. The story of Islam in the Dominican Republic begins in the early 20th century, when a wave of immigrants from the Middle East arrived on its shores. These immigrants, many of whom were fleeing political instability and economic hardship, brought with them their faith and traditions. They settled in cities like Santo Domingo and Santiago, where they established small businesses and began to build a new life. At first, the Muslim community was small and insular. They prayed in private homes, observed Ramadan quietly, and maintained their traditions within their families. But as their numbers grew, so did their visibility. In the 1950s, the first mosque in the Dominican Republic was built in Santo Domingo. It was a modest structure, but it represented a significant milestone, a physical space where Muslims could gather, pray, and connect with one another. One of the early pioneers of the Muslim community was Ahmed Hassan, a Lebanese immigrant who arrived in the Dominican Republic in the 1930s. Ahmed opened a small textile shop in Santo Domingo, but his true passion was sharing his faith. He would often invite his Dominican neighbors to his home, where he would explain the teachings of Islam and answer their questions. Over time, Ahmed's efforts began to bear fruit. A handful of Dominicans, intrigued by his explanations, embraced Islam. For much of the 20th century, Islam in the Dominican Republic remained a quiet, almost hidden presence. The Muslim community was small, and their activities were largely confined to their own circles. But beneath the surface, something was stirring. The arrival of new immigrants from Muslim-majority countries, combined with the growing influence of global Islamic movements, began to breathe new life into the community. In the 1980s, a new wave of immigrants arrived from Pakistan, Bangladesh, and West Africa. These newcomers brought with them a renewed sense of energy and purpose. They established Islamic schools, organized community events, and began to reach out to the broader Dominican society. One of the most significant developments during this period was the establishment of the Islamic Center of the Dominican Republic in Santo Domingo. This center became a hub for the Muslim community, offering prayer services, Quranic classes, and cultural events. But the growth of Islam in the Dominican Republic wasn't just about numbers. It was also about deepening the faith of those who were already Muslim. Many Dominicans who had embraced Islam in the early days began to take a more active role in their faith. They studied the Quran, learned Arabic, and traveled to other Muslim countries to deepen their understanding of Islam. The turn of the 21st century brought with it a new wave of growth for Islam in the Dominican Republic. The advent of the internet and social media opened up new avenues for spreading the faith. Dominicans, many of whom had never met a Muslim in person, began to encounter Islam online. They watched videos of Islamic scholars, read articles about the faith, and connected with Muslims from around the world. One of the most influential figures in this digital wave was Imam Yusuf, a young Dominican convert who became a prominent voice for Islam in the country. Imam Yusuf, who had embraced Islam in his early 20s, began sharing his journey on social media. His videos, which explained Islamic teachings in simple, relatable terms, quickly went viral. Thousands of Dominicans, many of whom were searching for spiritual meaning, began to follow him. Imam Yusuf's story is just one example of how the digital age has transformed the spread of Islam in the Dominican Republic. Today, there are dozens of online platforms dedicated to Islamic education and dawah, outreach. These platforms have made it easier than ever for Dominicans to learn about Islam and connect with the global Muslim community. In 2024, the Dominican Republic witnessed an unprecedented event, a mass conversion of Ethiopian immigrants to Islam. This event, which captured the attention of the global Muslim community, marked a turning point in the history of Islam in the country. The story began with a wave of migration from Ethiopia, a country with a majority Orthodox Christian population. Many of these immigrants, who were seeking better economic opportunities, found themselves drawn to Islam. They were inspired by the teachings of the Quran, the sense of community they found among Muslims, and the peace they experienced in their daily prayers. One of the most remarkable aspects of this wave was the way it brought together two very different cultures, Ethiopian and Dominican. The Ethiopian converts, many of whom had little prior knowledge of Islam, found a welcoming community in the Dominican Republic. They, in turn, brought their own traditions and perspectives, enriching the local Muslim community. The mass conversion of Ethiopians had a profound impact on the Dominican Republic. It sparked a renewed interest in Islam among Dominicans, many of whom were inspired by the stories of the Ethiopian converts. It also led to the establishment of new mosques, Islamic schools and community centers, further solidifying the presence of Islam in the country. The story of Islam in the Dominican Republic is more than just a historical account. It's a reflection of the broader challenges and opportunities facing the Muslim world in the 21st century. As Islam continues to spread to new corners of the globe, questions of identity, integration, and religious freedom become increasingly important. How can a faith that is often seen as foreign take root in a new society? And what role can Islam play in shaping the future of a nation? Some might argue that the rise of Islam in the Dominican Republic is a threat to the country's Catholic identity, but this view overlooks the rich history of coexistence and cultural exchange that has defined the Dominican Republic for centuries. The true challenge isn't Islam itself, but how the country chooses to respond to it. Will it embrace diversity and build a more inclusive society, or will it retreat into fear and division? It was a symbol of their growing presence and their commitment to putting down roots in their adopted homeland. The mosque became a beacon of faith, drawing Muslims from across the country and serving as a center for Islamic learning and cultural exchange. Its construction was a testament to the hard work, dedication, and unwavering faith of the early Muslim community. Over the decades, the Muslim community in the Dominican Republic experienced significant growth and diversification. Subsequent waves of immigrants, including those from Palestine, Syria, and Lebanon, arrived and enriched the cultural tapestry of Dominican Islam. With each wave of newcomers came new perspectives, traditions, and a renewed sense of purpose. The community began to establish Islamic centers, schools, and businesses, further solidifying their presence in Dominican society. This period of growth and transformation brought with it the challenges of preserving cultural identity while also adapting to a new home. The Muslim community navigated these complexities with grace, embracing their heritage while also contributing to the rich tapestry of Dominican life. A digital minbar, Islam in the age of connectivity. The dawn of the digital age brought about a profound transformation in the way Muslims in the Dominican Republic, and indeed around the world, connected with their faith. The internet and social media platforms became powerful tools for Islamic education, outreach, and community building. Online sermons, lectures, and discussions provided access to a wealth of Islamic knowledge. Social media platforms allowed Muslims to connect with each other, share their experiences, and foster a sense of belonging, transcending geographical boundaries. The digital age empowered a new generation of Muslims to explore their faith, engage in dialogue, and challenge misconceptions. This period of technological advancement ushered in a new era of Islamic understanding and awareness. Imam Yusuf, a guiding light in the digital age. Imam Yusuf, a charismatic and tech-savvy young imam, embodies the transformative impact of the digital age on Islam in the Dominican Republic. His innovative approach to religious leadership has not only modernized the way Islamic teachings are shared, but also made them more accessible to a broader audience. Through his engaging online sermons, thought-provoking social media posts, and community outreach programs, Imam Yusuf has managed to bridge the gap between tradition and modernity. His digital presence allows him to reach followers far beyond the confines of a physical mosque, creating a virtual community that spans continents. Imam Yusuf has become a voice for a new generation of Muslims. His relatable and contemporary approach resonates deeply with young people who are navigating their faith in a rapidly changing world. By addressing their concerns and questions directly, he provides a sense of belonging and guidance. He seamlessly blends traditional Islamic teachings with contemporary issues, offering insights that are both rooted in faith and relevant to today's societal challenges. Whether discussing mental health, social justice, or the importance of education, his messages are always grounded in the core principles of Islam. Addressing the challenges faced by young Muslims in a globalized world, Imam Yusuf provides practical advice and spiritual support. His ability to empathize with the struggles of the youth makes him a trusted mentor and advisor. His ability to connect with youth, understanding their unique challenges and aspirations, has made him an influential figure. He encourages them to embrace their faith while also engaging with the world around them. Coupled with his mastery of digital platforms, Imam Yusuf's innovative use of technology has revolutionized the way religious teachings are disseminated. His live streams, interactive sessions, and online discussions make learning about Islam an engaging and dynamic experience. This has made him a powerful force for good, promoting understanding, tolerance, and interfaith dialogue. His efforts to foster mutual respect and cooperation among different religious communities are commendable. Imam Yusuf's work serves as a testament to the positive and transformative power of technology in spreading the message of Islam. His innovative approach not only preserves the essence of Islamic teachings, but also ensures they remain relevant in the digital age, inspiring countless individuals along the way. A new chapter, the Ethiopian conversion. The mass conversion of hundreds of Ethiopians to Islam in the Dominican Republic marked a significant turning point in the growth of the Muslim community. Drawn to the message of Islam's emphasis on equality, social justice, and spiritual fulfillment, these new converts embraced their faith with fervor and dedication. Their arrival injected a renewed sense of energy and vitality into the Muslim community. The Ethiopian conversion highlighted the universal appeal of Islam's message and its ability to transcend cultural and ethnic boundaries. This event showcased the growing diversity and dynamism of the Muslim community in the Dominican Republic. Coexistence and integration, Islam's place in Dominican society. The journey of Islam in the Dominican Republic is a testament to the power of faith, resilience, and the human spirit's ability to adapt and thrive in new environments. From its humble beginnings to its present-day vibrancy, the Muslim community has made significant contributions to the social, cultural, and economic fabric of Dominican society. Muslims have integrated into various professions, contributing their skills and talents to the nation's growth. They have also played an active role in promoting interfaith dialogue, understanding, and cooperation. The story of Islam in the Dominican Republic is one of peaceful coexistence, mutual respect, and the recognition of shared values. A tapestry of faith reflections on Islam in the Dominican Republic. The journey of Islam in the Dominican Republic offers a compelling example of how faith can flourish in new lands, enriching the cultural landscape and fostering understanding between different communities. This journey is not just about the growth of a religious community, but also about the integration and mutual respect that develops when diverse groups come together. The Dominican Republic, with its rich history and vibrant culture, provides a fertile ground for such interfaith harmony. As the Muslim community continues to grow and evolve, it will undoubtedly play an increasingly important role in shaping the future of Dominican society. This growth is seen in various aspects of public life, from education and business to social services and cultural contributions. The presence of Islam adds a unique layer to the Dominican Republic's already diverse religious landscape, promoting a spirit of inclusivity and mutual respect. The journey of Islam in the Dominican Republic is a story of resilience, adaptation, and hope. It's a story of how a faith, born in a distant land, found a home in the heart of the Caribbean. It's a story that reminds us of the power of faith to unite, inspire, and transform. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,